Steve Evans, back to winning ways on Tuesday night after the draw at Gillingham, but another tough test on this Saturday.
Yeah, listen, it's been a tough week, isn't it? You know, we went to Priestfield, and I have to say I got a lovely reception from the supporters in the main. You're never going to get 100%, but in the main I got a nice reception before the game. People waiting to see me that I got to know at Gillingham and the stewards and the staff, and the same afterwards. And it was good to finish the day with a bottle of beer with Neil and sit upstairs and, you know, take away the emotions on the side. And I think his first question to me, how did it last 2.5 years? And we smiled, we laughed together, and he's got his plans for the season. But I wanted to thank the Gillingham public, and I think my words afterwards when I said Gillingham fans will be singing from the rooftops, and one or two people have tried to misconstrue those words. So, and listening to Premier League managers give clarity this week, then those words were meant as praise. You know, many times I've been listening to that Gillingham support sing from the rooftops when we've drawn the games, big games and win games. So thank you to Gillingham for support, only the supporters and the staff, and no individual, for the kind appreciations that I was shown last week. So we got a point, we moved on. Papa John's on Tuesday, we made 8 or 9 changes, giving people an opportunity. Some took it, some didn't. Scored a goal, could have scored a lot more, lacked intensity, lacked a lot what we're about. In fairness to some of those players, they haven't been on the pitch and had proper minutes for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, some of them. So from our point of view, good exercise. 1 or 2 have come out with knocks, which went apparent on Tuesday, but apparent on Wednesday, Thursday. We may miss a couple on the weekend, but that's par for the course. We're still good to go against a really good Northampton team.
Were the changes on Tuesday night, was it more an opportunity for those players to show what they can do, or was it more resting the players who played on Saturday?
Never a case of resting players. I think we knew that Dan Sweeney had played 100% of every minute of every game, whether it be cup competitions, Papa John's, Carabao, league games. So we did this game plan for 3 weeks ahead to say we'd leave Dan out. Skipper came out because we wanted to give Michael Boswick some real competitive action in that central defensive unit. So yeah, it was a case we picked a team we minutes in mind, and combinations in the team in mind, and thoughts towards Northampton and of course Doncaster. We look 2 game periods in terms of when we look at the personnel, whether we're going to make changes or not. So it will certainly be a different team on Saturday to what was it, Gillingham or Tottenham, and it'll be a different team on next Tuesday away at Doncaster to what it would be on Saturday at home to Northampton. So many thoughts in our mind as we picked a team for Spurs.
On to Northampton. It was a bizarre end to their season. It was 99 times out of 100 they'd have been promoted, but they weren't. They're going to be there or thereabouts this season.
Listen, they should be in League One. You know that. I know that. The EFL knows that. Everyone apart from blue and white blooded Bristol Rovers fans know it. You know what happened to them on the last day with the weakness of the Scunthorpe team. Has got no place in football really, but it happened. And you know, listening to Danny Rose's situation when I spoke to him in the summer, and three or four other lads, you know, Sean Williams, had a chat with him. Of course, he re-signed at Northampton. I think the Northampton press runs with the story. Did I really speak to 3 or 4 players? Well, young Harvey Lintop gave me his league debut at Gillingham, called Harvey, but he just signed at Northampton. And young Ryan Haynes, of course, was in talks for us, but at the last minute got a counter offer from Northampton and picked Northampton. But I understand why you wouldn't. Stevenage had 5 years of fighting relegations. Northampton just missed out on the last day, cruelly missed out on the last day. So of course there's going to be decisions that would go against us. So they should have been in League One. They're not in League One. They were always going to be a fierce competitor to be the champions, to be promoted this season in League Two. Brilliant chairman, man I know well, man I've got a lot of respect for, and a young manager in John Brady, who I've tried to sign a couple of times as a player. And he had that dead ball accuracy over the wall and played in it, for me, a brilliant Rushden Diamonds team. They're no longer around in the same format they were, but yeah, we're up for a certain task on Saturday. There'll be a big crowd. We need our supporters to turn up because they'll be coming to Northampton. Even I don't think there's a train strike, but even if there was, they'll be coming plane, bus, parachutes. Northampton Town supporters turn up and travel and get right behind the team, and they've always been passionate supporters. So Stevenage have got passionate supporters as well. I've seen that since I've come. More when you're in the building than you're not. And our numbers are growing every week now, and we need them to go on Saturday. We need a real good home presence. And so, you know, if your dad or mum's been sitting around for a while, get them to the Lamex, you know, the sons, the families. We're a family club, family values, and come and get behind us.
I think it's fair to say this is our biggest game of the season so far. Some are even saying it's the biggest for years at Stevenage. How do you make sure that the players, the staff, stay grounded in a game like this?
Well, our job is just to focus on the pitch, focus on the game, focus on the opposition, focus on getting your own game right. We have to have our own plans right. We can't get involved in the emotion of the occasions. Nothing will be win or lost on Saturday in terms of totality. But as I said in my video on social media yesterday via the Stevenage site, is that it's an early fixture, you know, 14, 15 games in, it's an early one. But it's a big one, isn't it? First v third. And you've got Leyton Orient, and they're probably going to go to Carlisle and win. You know, I don't see Carlisle being able to stop Leyton Orient. So I look at that and say it's another pivotal big weekend. So from that point of view, it's a great game to be involved in. It's a great game, passionate game to be involved in. Two physically strong sides, 22, or ultimately if you include the subs, it could be any number these days, the amount of players that can be on the pitch, but it's got something that's got everyone excited early in the week, and that normally tells you there's a big game around the corner.
And just finally, it's games like this where the whole town really need to realise what they've got in their doorstep. This is Stevenage Football Club in League Two, top of the league. It doesn't happen very often, but we need to get behind those 11 players on the pitch on Saturday.
Well, I think your chairman told me a few weeks back when we went top, it's the first time in his tenure. I think he's here 25, 26 years. I mean, he's already rich. How rich would he really be if he hadn't bought Stevenage? Really, really rich. No, he's a fantastic man, and he was so proud when we went top because he said his tenure, he'd never been top of any league in the Football League, if that makes sense. So he was so proud. But I've now got supporters saying that to me, what it means to them. And we've got players. You know, some players now, like Luther Wilding's up, and they've been around this football club for a long time now. And you've got our academy players, our academy coaches, our community teams who are getting so excited. So it's fantastic for the town. But, you know, we need the supporters to turn up. We need them to encourage friends and family to come with them. We need supporters, I've always said it, of the big boys that travel to London, your Arsenals, your Spurs, your West Hams, your Chelseas. You know, if your team's not playing at 3 o'clock on Saturday, come and help us. You're going to need to help us in the World Cup time anyway, unless you're not going to take the drug which is known as football, because we'll be in your town, we're here. Come and help us and put us in a great position Saturday. Nothing will be winning, lost, nothing. But it'd be great to win, and we can win, but we need your support to win.
It's great, thank you, Gaffer.